Hey, deserving listeners, it's time for me to watch The Bachelor, listen to your heart, and to react to it. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's see what happens. I think it's the final episode. Let's see what happens. As I always say, look on the bright side, Rudy. Think of all the emotion you can put into breakup songs in the future. You have a beautiful voice, and you can add all of that sadness and anger and angst into your music into the future and make it even more powerful for people. Yeah, you just feel bad for both of them. You know, what can you do? It's a sad situation.
I don't have anything to say.
Let me say some stuff.
Say some stuff.
Let me talk to you.
Okay, let's say some stuff. Look, I'm sorry. I think I'm hurt, and I'm not trying to be like mean. I know I can come across as a very rude person. This is just how I don't know.
So good on you, Rudy. It's something that you've probably noticed in your past, that when you get hurt, you get rude, and you're apologizing for that. And you're just saying, look, I'm sorry. When I get hurt, I get rude. Very emotionally mature and caring, and owning your own feelings and caring towards yourself. That's fantastic.
So sad. I don't know why I'm apologizing to you, honestly.
Listen, you mean so much to me, and I care for you so deeply. And I have had such anxiety and such a mental struggle to even come to this decision. This has been killing me. The last thing I want to do is make you upset. The last thing I want to do is see you crying. I hope you know that.
Fantastic. Matt, I don't know how Rudy's going to take this, but great job. This is one of the central things that you want to communicate when you break up with someone, is the love was real, and I care about you, and it kills me to break up with you, and I'm so very sorry. This needs to be repeated maybe 200 times, depending on how long the relationship was, over the span of a number of months. It's not just this conversation, it's a number of times, because in a week, Rudy's feelings are going to emerge, and she's going to get angry, and she's going to lash out at him, and he has to repeat, you're right, and I'm sorry. That's how you break up with someone. That's how you amicably break up with someone. So he's doing a great job. What are you going to do? He's not in love with her, and it was busting him up on the inside. And this is good. This is him being vulnerable. You know, he tends to, when in doubt, he tends to avoid and to step back and put up walls. So this is him laying out his vulnerability. So this will be very functional in my estimation.
I just really care about you. A lot. And I'm just trying to be honest with you. I just wanted to put it all on the table and let you know that, like, and I just wasn't there where I thought that we needed to be for this whole thing. And I care about you more than you could even imagine. So I hope you know that.
And holding someone's hand when you're breaking up with them, hugging them, having that physical contact is also wonderful. What I'm hoping, and I always hope, because there's a lot of breakups on these reality TV shows, is that Rudy can walk away from this breakup with a helpful narrative, that he was a good guy, she fell in love with a good guy. It didn't work out. He wasn't into her. That happens sometimes. Rudy, I'm sure, can think back to relationships she wasn't into, and she broke up with someone. And he cares about her, and the affectionate feelings that she felt from him were real and were not fake. But you win some, you lose some. Well, that's a bad saying. It's rare that two people are compatible and they both fall in love with each other at the same time. It's so rare that most people it takes them a lot of relationships to find that. They might go through dozens of relationships before they fall in love with someone and the other person falls in love with them and they're compatible with each other. Because certainly you can fall in love and not be compatible and it breaks up because of that. Anyway, before moving forward, I want to say everything I'm saying is based on limited information that's provided to me on the show. I'm not diagnosing, so I don't have to say I'm not diagnosing from afar because I'm not diagnosing at all. But just as a clinician, I want everyone to understand that I don't believe that I have a good enough data to provide a thorough assessment of these people. Also, subscribe, hit the bell below, like below, comment below. What do you think? Have you been dumped before? Have you dumped people well? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say you have a responsibility when you're dumping people to take care of them so they don't develop those negative narratives? Also, become a patron on patreon.com. That's the best way we know that you like the show. And also, subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcatcher on your phone. Let's get back to this breakup scene.
I've only wanted to see you shine and play music with you and let you.
It's okay.
I really had so much fun with you.
I'm really glad that this show is actually showing this kind of breakup because in reality TV, we don't usually see this kind of breakup. We usually see throwing things, I hate you, you never loved me. And so this is a great example for how to take care of each other during a breakup. It's good to see.
I will forever have such deep feelings for you, and we will be so bonded from this whole thing for the rest of our lives. And I hope you know how much I care about you.
And good on Rudy for hearing it out and letting it in. I'm wondering how she's doing with it. But she could have gone to those secondary emotions and got angry and started throwing things and gotten big and protective. But, it's a mourning process. It's a grieving process for both of them, particularly for her. And there's no reason why you can't do it together, so it's good on them.
That's something that I still struggle with.
And I also have gone through stuff in my life. I'm not always confident in my singing and my artistry and all that. And through this process, you've given me more confidence and shown me it's okay to say those things out loud. And I also, I apologize if I ever seemed like I had, walls up because of my past experiences. Mm-hmm. Heartbreak is scary for anyone, right, when you fully dive in and really let yourself fall. But for you, I want to take that risk because you're worth it.
Does anyone see what I mean? It doesn't feel spontaneous from the heart. It could just be maybe his parents that's the way they talked and he just adopted that kind of dry way of talking.
And when you came in this whole thing, you were just kind of finding yourself and finding your courage on stage. And each performance I've seen you become stronger and stronger. And you're a strong woman and I'm so proud of you. I just want you to know that.
So I just want to say in the background, they're playing a chord progression that I thought I invented. I wrote a song with that chord progression in it, and I was so proud of it. I thought, oh my God, I invented an amazing chord progression. And then I started hearing it all the time, including the background of The Bachelor. So I know that looks weird, but for you singers out there, the value of vocal warm-ups. Even when I was in bands singing The Strokes or rock music, you need to warm up your vocal cords and your singing voice before you get on stage, and otherwise disastrous things can happen. It's there's muscles and ligaments and blood vessels and all throughout the whole thing, and your diaphragm and everything. It's a workout, and the whole thing has to be working well for you to sound right. So, she's doing the vocal warm ups. So if it looks funny, It's because it is, but it's necessary. In terms of performance, this couple is killing it compared to the other. I mean, the other couples, they sound great, but this is magical. This is amazing. And they've been in love from the beginning, and neither one of them have that spontaneous issue that we talked about earlier. This is okay. Definitely, I want this couple to win for sure.
To make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.
Genuine tears. I might leave this out. Who knows? I might cut this whole thing out of embarrassment, but
Chris and Bree.
I mean, come on. They're amazing. One, they just sound amazing. They've sound from the first time that Chris sang on the piano when they were just kind of getting to know each other in that first day or two, I was like, whoa. And these two have been in love from the beginning, no drama. Sweet, sweet people. No one deserves it more than they do. Jamie seems like a very genuine person. Yay for Bree and Chris.
Okay.
Scared to death that you might be here. The love is real, the shoe might fit. You might just be my everything.
Boring. Is this one of their songs that they're recording for their debut album? It's like, that's a boring song. They should just take their live performances and post that. Ugh. Like this, I mean, it's a fine song, but it's so lifeless and it doesn't get to the heart of these two people. And it almost is overpowering the beauty of each of their voices, particularly Chris's voice.
Beyond, beyond space and time in the afterlife, will I have your kid? Will you be my wife? You might just be my everything.
I mean, look at Bree. She's just like looking at her phone because the song doesn't have any life in it. All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. This is the very first reality TV show that I've watched from beginning to end as the episodes are coming out. So at the request of the viewers, you asked me to watch this. So thank you for exposing me to this song or this this show. It's very short. It's only 6 episodes, so that was kind of nice too. And everyone out there, if you're in love, God bless you. Reach out to your loved one. Give them a hug, give them a kiss, sing a song with them. And if you're not in love, find a pet, find a family member, find a friend, and hug them. Love is wonderful. This show inspires that. And take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.